So I already removed the let me turn this down a bit. There we go. I already removed the wiring harness, which was super easy, which is crazy because how how simple these engines are on the hard bodies is awesome. Like, you know, every you, oops, you got access to everything. Uh, exhaust. It's awesome. All right. So, anyways, wiring harness out of the way. So it seems like it is gonna be pretty simple. All I'm gonna do now is drain the coolant, um, so that I can get rid of these hoses. So everything up here is gonna be clear. Then I'm gonna go ahead and well, once I drain the coolant, take off those lines. Then the fuel lines I'm gonna leave for last. Um, Next, I'm gonna do the exhaust. Take the bolts from down there, right here, and that should be it. Then besides the fuel lines, just the bell housing bolts, and that's it. That easy. Unless I am forget. Well, and the wiring for the alternator and blah 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 down there. Um, I didn't think about that earlier until right now when I was taking this wiring off, but we'll figure it out. We'll see how to wire it. And the wiring right there is weird. Um, the whole wiring harness, the engine harness, basically connects to everything, like the wiper blades, the fuse box over here. Like it's well, not the fuse box, but like everything else is connected. It's weird, but we'll try to figure it out right now. Well, I don't think maybe it is connected. Yep, that's gonna suck. I just noticed that right now too. So this is the engine harness, right? And it's going in, and then you can see right here where it splits, and it keeps going this way, and then it goes into this fuse box. Okay, so it's just a fuse box, so that shouldn't be too bad. But then that same one's coming this way, and it's going down here somewhere. Okay, maybe it is gonna be pretty bad. We'll see. Once I take the engine out, then we'll have more room to mess around over there. So yeah, exhaust, coolant, and then we'll figure out about the wiring. All right, so this is basically it. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. It's already pouring pretty bad. So basically, I already got everything ready. Got the radiator out, drained the coolant, heater hoses. Everything's ready except the exhaust. I was gonna try to take it off from right here. It's like 3 bolts, but they're not gonna come off. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the EGR, and if that fails, then I'll just go ahead and take this whole exhaust off from the head, and then take the EGR from back there, well, off the intake, and that'll be that. But I'm gonna try as hard as I can for the EGR right here. That way I can leave the exhaust behind and just But if I can't, then if all else fails, I just cut the exhaust down there, and take the whole thing still. So whichever one is easier at the end. But yeah, I guess that's it for today. Hopefully this will be out by tomorrow, or if not, well, I work tomorrow, so I guess the next day it should be out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and clean it, and we'll be putting that sucker in. All right, peace out. I managed to get the engine out. I had to cut the EGR valve, little tube right here, because I couldn't get it out. And once I started, pulling it out, it literally just slid off the exhaust, the back piece, which is dumb. I knew I had an exhaust leak, but I mean, you can tell right there. I mean, it literally just slid off. So it's like a little slide-on thing. But oh well. So yeah, that's that. Engine's out. The wiring actually wasn't able to take it out completely because I wasn't sure what I am gonna use and what I'm not gonna use. So I'm just gonna, I put it to the side for now. All that's left now is take off the rest of this junk right here. Let's see. Turn that off. Take the rest of this EGR junk right here, all that off. Go ahead and take the power steering off from this side. Take off the lines and put them to the side. Take off this reservoir, and then that should clean up this whole side, which is awesome. For the motor mounts, these bolt out differently. I mean, you can tell, see this bolt here and one on that side. And the way these are, I mean, these broke off. I mean, they were, I don't even know if the heck that is, but so it's like that. So that's how it is. So I'm wondering if the SR will just straight up drop onto these motor mounts. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna go ahead. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and take off this junk first. That way I can have more room, and then I'm gonna drop the SR in here and see if it'll drop into these mounts. And if not, you know, if I do have to use these mounts, it looks like I can adjust it up and down right here. Oh, my light just died. But I just have to re-drill some holes, but I mean, it's not gonna be bad. Oops. So that shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, that's basically it. Let me see if you can tell, or you see those scratches on the shaft right there or whatever, like right here. I couldn't take out the engine like good. Like I had to basically lift it up. I had to lift up the transmission too, and then to clear the dang oil pan, because this is the rear sump with that big old thing. So it's not like, you know, you could just lift it up a little bit and pull it out. It was like you have to lift it up and then pull it out. But it came out. So that's basically what I'm gonna do right now. Take all this junk out and just try to fit it in there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and push it back, spray it down. Well, I'll probably go ahead and spray it down first and then try to put it in there. And then I gotta drop the transmission so I can do the bell housing stuff. Actually, when I was down there, I actually noticed that it was leaking pretty bad from not where the bell housings meets, but a little bit further back. So I'm gonna go ahead and reseal that, and that should be it. But yeah, good thing the engine's out. That's the most important thing, though. I'll probably go ahead and rebuild this one. I mean, might as well. It's already out here too. But I'll save that for in case the SR doesn't work. But yeah, all right. Go ahead and do this right quick, and then hopefully I'll add it to this video and show you guys how it looks. Put it mounted in there. I did see another video or a little guide thing or something. I don't know what it was. Said that you basically had to pound the firewall in there a bit. I'm not sure exactly where, because I mean it didn't say nothing. It just said, you know, just make sure you have enough clearance in your firewall. Which, I mean, is it the bell housing? Is it, you know, back here for the back of the engine? So I don't know, but we'll figure it out right now when we get to it. But right, be right back. Okay, so I got the transmission out, chilling over there. So basically, all I did was remove the drive shaft from this end right here. I left it still attached over there. I had a zip tie holding it, but it didn't really hold. It's pretty heavy. Let's see. Basically, what I had to do was I removed the shifter from the top. Well, you can't really tell. I removed the shifter from the top. I left the 4x4, but I did remove those little bolts on the side that just hold it. Oops. Oh, right there you can see those little two bolts right there. Well, I'll show you right now when I go back that way. But yeah, but I left it in there for the most part. It's still attached. And then what I had to do with the cross member was instead of just, you know, removing the motor transmission mount from the cross member and doing all that, the bolts were stripped, which are over there. See the transmission mount still on the cross member. They were stripped, and so I had to take off the whole cross member with the mount, and then just twisted it, you know, so it wouldn't hit the bars right here. You can see it's right here. Pull it down, and then I push the transmission forward as far as I could, and up, obviously over the front diff and stuff. And then I lower the back end, and then I lowered it from the front, and it came out. But I mean, it's out, so that's the good thing. Let me show you the transmission. Okay, so here's both transmissions. This is what I was talking about right here. That this is the forward drive. Select it, and I just removed the little bar that goes right here with these two bolts. So it's like that, and then that way it gives you more room when you push it forward or whatever. I'd have my snap ring, so I had to take off the whole thing right there. But this is that place I was telling you that it's probably leaking from too. That seal right there, so I'm gonna have to reseal that. I'm gonna just go ahead and basically do all the seals, the rear, the front. Well, I had put everything new on this transmission because I thought there was a point in time where I thought the transmission was leaking, but it ended up being the SR, where it has those little two holes in the back of the oil pan, and that's where it was leaking from. But yeah, so for the most part, everything in there, well, okay, I don't got a light. There you go. Is like the gaskets and stuff is new, but I'm just go ahead and rebuy it because I mean it wasn't that expensive. For these right here, see, I mean this one's super thin. I really don't know which one you're supposed to use, or the fork or anything. I think you're supposed to use what comes with the bell housing, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna look it up first because I'm not 100% sure. But either way, I'm still gonna buy. Go ahead and buy everything new because it's gonna be pointless. And this thing was way heavier than I expected. I mean, compared to this, I mean this is nope. So I don't want to take that out again. So I'm just go ahead and buy it new. But yeah, but the good thing is out. What was it? I think I wasn't able to remove the rear drive shaft from the back. It was, I mean, I tried everything, and I couldn't, so that's why I left it. So that's why I had to put it forward and then down. But that's about it. The transmission's out. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this, push this back. That way, I can go ahead and clean this some, and I can clean the mess that's everywhere. And then I'll start tearing those apart and getting them ready to put them back together and put them on this. But I think before I take this out, I'm gonna go ahead and try the engine first. It's not gonna be a bolt-on type thing because well, probably can't really tell. Let me see. Shoot, I can get this thing right here. That's up. Okay. So we can't really tell, but it's not centered, it's offset. See, that one's pushed back more and this one's up more. So you know, if I put it, the engine's gonna sit crooked. So what I'm thinking is maybe these, the brackets, whatever, for the mounts, maybe they're like that on this engine, you know, offset or something. So maybe I could use it, and if not, then I'm pretty sure that one's gonna, whichever one sits where it's supposed to sit, you know, with the engine straight, then I'm gonna leave it like that. And the other one, I'll just weld it, or you know, add another piece or something, and then just re-drill a hole and mount it up. So that shouldn't be bad at all. I mean, there's, even for this, there's still space on both sides, so it's not bad. See, you should have plenty of space, even if it's just a little. But I'm still gonna try to weld it and do all that. But besides that, oh, I just gotta take the exhaust off, but it's